We have learned so much about low tox life, how we can reduce the load on our bodies. And of course, our skin being the biggest organ, it pretty much starts with whatever we're putting on our face. So I'm joined today by Bridget Carmody from Clemence Organics. This is a beautiful product, a wonderful brand, and it also has a really incredible backstory. So Bridget, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me, Shelley.
Can you please tell us, how did Clemence come about for you?
Absolutely. So I'm a naturopath and I've been practicing as a naturopath for quite a number of years now and dabbling in making skincare. But I think the first product that I made for someone was actually my father when he was having radiation treatment for cancer. And it was in the final year of my naturopathy degree. And it was just a simple balm to help him with his radiation dermatitis. And it made such a big difference for him. You know, he had very little redness, which in turn meant very little pain. And it was a bit of an aha moment because I realized something as simple as a skincare product could make a really big difference in someone's life. And obviously, you know, with my dad in such a sensitive situation, I wanted to make sure the product he was using was 100% natural, chemical free, and only had ingredients in there that helped to heal and soothe his skin. And so from then on, ever since then, I've been making natural and organic skincare products for my clients in my practice, for my family and friends, and now for people around the world.
You obviously saw there was a massive hole in the market if you couldn't find something to treat your father at the time. And then moving on from that, there still wasn't that perfect product that was going to suit all of the clients that were coming through your door.
That's right. Look, I'm extremely fussy. I'm one of those people that reads every single ingredient label. You know, my kids hate me at the supermarket. It takes forever. But I really want to make sure that everything that I'm putting in my body and on my skin, which ends up in my body, is only natural and organic, because I treasure my health, and I really feel like we need to be really take great care of our health and take that responsibility for choosing only natural and organic. And when I looked around for products that were truly natural and as organic as they could be, I just couldn't find what I was after. And so I started making my own.
When you think about it as plainly as we are now, it has to be better for you, doesn't it? Not loading your skin up with all those things. Although we've sort of been trained and cultured that the more chemicals in there and the more products that are on the back, you know, the more radiant we're going to be. And that's just not the case.
Absolutely not. Like, you know, for me, it's like I mentioned, it comes down to health, but it's really, with a skincare product, it's about the health of the skin. So, you know, for me, it just only makes sense to choose ingredients that are going to have a health effect on the skin. So help to restore, you know, health to the skin, whether or not it's helping to balance the microbiome or, you know, restore the skin sebum levels. You know, there's so much going on in the skin. And why would you put anything in there that wasn't going to help your skin heal? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Simples, right?
Absolutely.
So the SOS Bomb that you made for your father is now one of your best-selling products. Where can you use it, and what's it best for the average woman?
Yeah, the SOS Bomb, I had no idea at the time, but it would go on to become, one of our hero products, and something that we still get amazing stories from. I get people emailing me all the time there are many people who still do use it for the same purpose I made it for my father. So if they're having radiation treatment, it works wonderfully as a soothing balm. But just in general, on a daily basis, I mean, it's one of the travel products that I will always take with me, because you can use it on anywhere, on anything, at any age. You know, I've used it on my babies all the way up to, you know, my mum or, you know, anybody, because it just works so well to soothe, heal, and nourish and instantly hydrate skin. It's just a real all-round winner.
That sounds like a beauty. The other thing is, we obviously notice changes in our skin probably before we feel changes inside our body as we age. Your products are gorgeous, and the packaging is so delightful. Is there products that are for everyone in the family, or do you have a range that is for more mature skin?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, not only do I make products for my clients, but I have always made products for myself, because I'm in my 40s and I want to age well, you know, and when I say age well, it's not just about looking good as I age. It's about just, restoring or maintaining, I guess, the health of my skin and the integrity of my skin. And so generally the products are aimed at, women of our age. But having said that, they can also be used by many ages. You would just use them in different routines and different amounts, for younger, more oilier skin. And, a lot of our products are perfectly fine and helpful to use on little people as well. So they can definitely stretch right across the family.
Okay. Well, what is your facial care regime? What's your ritual?
Yeah, look, I'm a busy woman, as we all are. I have 2 young kids, and so I kind of try and keep it short and sweet. And so in the morning, after I shower, I don't cleanse my skin in the morning. We only need to cleanse our skin once a day generally. I'll give it a quick spritz with our toner and then a few drops of our new brightening serum. And then I'll put on our Protect and Clarify Daily Face Lotion, which is our SPF product. And that's, 2 minutes. It probably takes me to do that in the morning, if that. And then of an evening, I'll take a bit more time to give myself that self-care, by cleansing my skin. Sometimes I'll use the exfoliate mask as well. And then I'll tone, use a serum, and then hydrate and do the eye cream as well.
I always just followed what it said on the box, and I didn't realize that toner was actually that wonderful product that perhaps if you cleanse in the shower and then you dry off, you tone after that to open the skin back up again and ready to receive all the other beautiful things you're going to put on.
Yeah, look, I think toners, it's very different from like my days and my understanding when I was a lot younger. Like I think of toners in my youth, and it was a witch hazel, which you'd put on, and it would just like dry the heck out of your skin, And
but you thought that was good, right? At the time, you're like, oh, it's tight. This must be good.
Oh my God. It was so dry and so tight. I had no idea what I was doing. But I don't know. I thought it must have been doing something good, but oh my God, it was so wrong. But yeah, no, it's such a different thing these days. Like toners, like our toners, they're just gold. Like I think for a lot of people, they probably still have that same understanding that I have as witch hazel toners. You don't go anywhere near them anymore. We've learned our lesson. But toners these days are very different, and they really are an extra step to your routine that takes 2 seconds but can make the world of difference. It just makes all your other products glide on, go so much further, and be absorbed better into your skin. So toners are gold.
I'm now in love with serums. I just think there is this amazing feeling of dewiness, and I believe my makeup goes on better with a serum. I know you've got a gorgeous one, the Repair Face Serum. This one just here. What's the difference between a serum and a cream?
Yeah, so serum is really just about concentration. So, and normally it's also about targeting more specific issues. So you'll see hundreds of serums out there for a whole raft of different, skin concerns. So when you're choosing a serum, it's really just targeting specific skin concerns that you have, whether or not it's redness or fine lines and wrinkles or pigmentation. So generally you sort of, sometimes some people have a couple of serums on the go. I know I do. And they're all about getting concentrated ingredients into the skin quite early so that it gets absorbed and you get the full benefit from them, as opposed to a moisturizer, which is its primary job is hydration.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. So what are the ingredients that we should be looking out for in more holistic products, more organic products? Are there some, organic products out there that do relate to chemicals that we would have heard? I guess your favorites like your retinols and things, which we've always been taught are amazing for our skin, but we know probably aren't as good for our insides.
Yeah, look, I think for me, I'm always being asked, like, what's your retinol alternative? Or, people who I guess are looking for something that has a similar effect. So I guess as a naturopath, I'm always looking for, where does retinol come from? So it's a form of vitamin A. Where does vitamin A come from? Well, it's in lots of, plants and nuts and vegetables and fruits that we eat. So I guess rather than sort of making taking the chemical or making a chemical ingredient, I kind of go back to the source and look for where it came from. And so I think it's really just about choosing whole ingredients or things that are closer to nature. So you can still have the effect of retinol, but without the effect of the chemical, the effect that has on your body. So something like retinol, like a natural alternative, is something as simple as rosehip oil. It's rich in vitamin A. It has a lot of the same effects as retinol does. So you can use rosehip oil as a natural alternative to retinol. That's just one example.
Mm-hmm. Really difficult to clean out our beauty cabinets and start from scratch. But if you were to pick a couple of your products that people could start integrating into their routine as they sort of run down on all of their other products, where's a good place for us to start?
Yeah, look, I think people can find it daunting to make the switch to natural organic, especially if they have a cupboard full. So I always say just, start from the basics, start from simple stuff and things that you use a lot of. Something like a lip balm is a very easy, simple place to start. We all use something on our lips on a daily basis. And it's one of those products that pretty much all of it is going into your body, at 99.9%, because whether or not it's being absorbed to the skin, it's also going straight into your mouth. So something as simple as a lip balm is a great place to start. And after that, I would say, hand and body lotion, because it's something that you cover your whole body of. So you're absorbing a lot of that product. And I see people using just cheap and awful body lotions, and I cringe because there's so much stuff in them that you just don't want in your body. So I think starting just from a couple of those basic simple things that we all use on a daily basis, and I think it makes it a little bit more achievable, and then move towards a face, which is I guess you see a lot of great results there.
Okay, well, I can see a lot of great products behind you there. So would you like to talk us through a couple of your best sellers that we will have on the You Must Try It site for people to purchase?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll start with our refining cleanser. This is a product which I just love, and I still get a lot of joy from it. Like, even though I've been using it for a long time now, many years, I still love using it on a daily basis. I love the smell, and I love the way it makes my skin feel. It's a beautiful cream cleanser, and it just works so gently to cleanse your skin. And it took me a long time to get my head around using a cream cleanser, especially having oilier skin in my youth. But I quickly realized that cream is actually much better for my skin. And as soon as I did make the switch to cream cleanser, my acne disappeared, my skin oil levels balanced out, and my skin health improved dramatically. And so this is one of the products that we see, it's like a converting product. Like, once customers kind of make the switch to this, they're like, oh wow, I can
That's what it should feel like.
Exactly. Like we were talking about with the witch hazel, your skin shouldn't feel tight and dry after cleansing.
I'm having nightmares now. How many years have we done that? Wow.
Way too many. It should feel soft and and soothe and just, I don't know, clean, but not in a squeaky clean kind of way.
Right.
So yeah, that's our refining cleanser, and I that's one of the products that it's one of our best sellers. Our customers just love that. It's just gold.
Okay, so there's obviously cream cleansers, foaming cleansers, and oil-based cleansers. They would be your three.
That's right.
Right. So what are the skin types that should use that? Because you would think if you had oily skin, you should probably stay away from an oil-based cleanser.
No, not at all. I think that's the thing. Like, if you think of it more from a science perspective, like oil and oil combined. So if you do have oily skin, when you're using a cream cleanser, it actually does adhere well to your skin and help to remove some of those excess oils, but without exaggerating it. So the thing is, if you have oily skin and you're using a foaming cleanser, you're taking away too many oils from your skin, and then your skin will react by producing more oils to compensate, because it's like, heck, I'm really dry now, I better make some more oils. And so it's like you kind of making the situation worse by using a foaming cleanser. So yeah, don't be afraid, even if you have oily skin, to use a cream cleanser. And I have teenagers who use this product and who have oily skin, and they get great results from it. So I would just say cream cleanser all the way.
Great, gotcha. A good all-rounder. That's awesome. All right, next.
Okay. Let's say something like our Biome Spritz. So this is like the new type of toner. Forget the witch hazel stuff. We don't use that anymore. We've grown up. And now we use a much more refined hydrating toner. So this is something simple, which it's an atomizing spritz. So, literally just spritz it over your face. It takes, 2 seconds, and it just creates a beautiful level of hydration over your skin, which makes all your serums and moisturizers absorb beautifully into your skin. But not only that, it contains other potent ingredients like kakadu plum, which is nature's richest source of vitamin C. We all know how great vitamin C is for our skin. It also has green tea extract, which is packed full of antioxidants. It has hyaluronic acid in there, so extra hydration, and it also has probiotics. So we all know we're all constantly disrupting our microbiome with all the stuff that we put on our face, makeup, and, spending time in the pools and things like that. So this is a really great way just to kind of help restore and repair your skin with, 2 seconds of spritzing. And it just feels and smells beautiful. It feels like a real indulgence, but it's wonderful for your skin.
Great. Line that up. Perfect. So we've cleansed, we've spritzed. What comes next?
What are we going to do next? Let's do the serum. Like you mentioned our Repair Face Serum before. And again, this is actually one of the oldest products, one of the products I've been making for a long, long time. This is one that I actually originally made for myself. So I have keloid scars, and I've had them since I was a child. If you don't know what a keloid scar is, it's like a lumpy scar. So when I get a deep cut, it kind of creates like a lump. It's like it's excess collagen production, which sounds great generally, but not when you get a cut and a scar.
And that's so just the way certain people heal, isn't it? That's just different skin types. And I had 2 Caesars, and they did say, I wonder how you'll heal depending on your skin type or, your heritage, really.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. It does link back to heritage, and I do have some Scandinavian heritage, which it may be linked to. And I'm the same, 2 Caesars, and I have a great scar to show for it.
Very proud.
Very proud. And so this serum I created originally for my keloid scars, because when you have keloid scars, and I'm rubbing here because I have one here, they can get quite itchy and sore. And I needed something that was going to help to restore the scar tissue. And I was using rosehip oil on its own, but I found rosehip oil on its own is actually quite astringent and quite drying. And so I started playing around with some different blends. And this is what I came up with. And it is a beautiful blend. It has a rosehip oil base, but it's also got calendula, jojoba, and some really key essential oils in there which are all about skin regeneration. So this worked magic for me with my keloid scars, but also works really well for other kind of skin damage, things like scars, acne scars, like on my face. I had a lot of acne when I was a teenager, and it's definitely helped me to repair all that, and just general skin rejuvenation. And this is, again, it's a hero product for us. Our customers love this, and they panic when they run out, because it's just one of those ones that it's a joy to use, and your skin looks and feels beautiful when you use it. And even though it's an oil, and some people just get a bit funny about using an oil serum, this one absorbs really well into the skin, and it doesn't leave any kind of oily residue on your face after use. So highly recommend our Repair Face Serum.
Awesome. And then do you need to put a moisturizer over the top of that, or is that pretty much a moisture base for you?
Well, in summer, like if it's one of those hot, humid days, then I might go without. But generally, especially being more sun conscious, I will always put my SPF on top of that in the daytime, because I just feel like I need that layer of protection, because I am an outdoors person when I'm not in my office. And even then, I'm next to windows, so I'm still getting some sun in. So I do still put the SPF on top, but if it's an evening and it's a hot summer night, I probably wouldn't. I would just use the serum, and that would be that.
Mm-hmm. You are a pillar of health sitting there, Bridget. You're absolutely glowing. What do you do to age well? What else is on the cards for you of a day that are, you're non-compromising? This is what I'm going to do. Time for myself. What do you find yourself doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good question, because it's something that the older I get, the more I value that, making that time for myself to look after my health. I'm really conscious of maintaining my health, to age as well as I can. So I always make time for exercise. That's a non-negotiable for me. I am a runner, but on the days I'm not running, like this morning, I went to the gym for an hour. So I think that's a non-negotiable. I have to have that exercise time, and also just taking the time to eat well throughout the day. Not necessarily meal planning. I'm a really bad meal planner, but just making sure I have all the ingredients around that I need to quickly prepare something to make sure that I eat a good meal. And obviously, laughing, spending time with my family and friends, and just, making my life as joyful as I can.
Sounds like you have the perfect recipe, not just for living well, but also for the ingredients that you put into your face care. We're really, really grateful to have you on board with You Must Try It. And today you've taken a lot of the guesswork out of some of the products that we would love to use. So thank you very much for your time.
Thanks so much for having me, Shelley.